In the year 1965, folk rock duo Simon and Garfunkel released their song, I Am a Rock. The song seems to present this idea that the only solution to heartbreak is isolation. And that's because when you're alone, no one can hurt you. Or at least that's what the song says anyways. Despite this, the song's tune, rhythm, and flow is very upbeat and cheerful. This is called juxtaposition. Hazbin Hotel. Never have I ever thought I'd see something so amazing, yet somehow so terrible at the exact same time. I just signed my own death warrant, didn't I? Now, before you get all angry in the comments section or whatever, let me explain. Hear me out. You hear me out, let me explain. I can explain. What I mean by that is that the quality of the has-been universe tends to shift. It's always either really great or not so great. And in this video, I want to go over what, in my opinion, does and doesn't work about Hazbin Hotel, and how to improve the stuff that doesn't. And if I had to pick an overall opinion on Hazbin Hotel, I'd say overall I like it. So there. And before I trigger any more fans, I'm not an expert on the lore, and I don't really know what the fans' opinions on stuff are. I try to stay away from fan bases because, well, yeah. So if there's anything I get wrong, please comment down below. But without further ado, we begin. I think everyone here has at least heard of Hazbin Hotel. But for all those people who live under rocks like my brother, here's the rundown. So basically, hell is real. And Charlotte Charlie Mage is the ruler of hell. Correction, Princess of Hell. Charlie wants to redeem the people of hell so they can go to heaven. And what better way of doing that than with a giant hotel? The first person to test out the hotel was Angel Dust, and he's a spider. Spiders aren't supposed to do that. So, yeah, Angel is a stripper, and an adult film star, and a hooker, and just about anything sexual this guy doesn't. Now, he claims to enjoy this life, but later on we're gonna see that is a lie. But for now, back to Charlie. I'm not done with Charlie yet. Something I really like about Charlie is how innocent and good-natured she is. But that can make her kind of naive, and some people even try to take advantage of her because of it. Enter Vaggie. Vaggie is Charlie's girlfriend and sort of her anchor into reality. Whenever Charlie gets an overly optimistic idea, like singing in front of a crowd of demons, Vaggie is usually the one trying to talk her out of it. Did you know that Charlie has two voice actresses, one for when she's talking and one for when she's singing? And then there's Valentino, the biggest douchebag in hell. Val is Angel's employer. He abuses Angel and forces him to do things that I cannot describe on this channel. As I said earlier, he pretends to enjoy it, but deep down he hates it, and that's why he joins the hotel in the first place. Now, you'd think details like this would be important enough to include in, you know, the pilot? There is not a hint of any of the details I previously discussed in the pilot. Well, only the Valentino Angel stuff, obviously. Not like everything, but I think you know that. Personally, I think the comic did a much better job of introducing Angel and establishing Val as a villain than the pilot did. And actually, I think the comic should have been the pilot. Actually, Val was barely even in the pilot. Instead, the villain was this idiot. Does he have a sympathetic backstory? No. Does he have a personal connection to Charlie or Angel? No. Is he a threat? Clearly not. Alistair beat him in like 2 seconds. The opening of Hazbin does set up a more tragic, heartfelt tale, so why is Val not the main villain? We're teased one thing, and then given another. When intentional, this can be very effective, but if it's not, then you kinda have a problem. But anyways, back to the comic. The comic showed what a day in Angel's life looks like and the type of abuse he has to go through on the daily. And it told us Val was a creep without really showing too much. And it gave a genuine, believable reason why Angel wanted to be a part of the hotel. And then there's the second comic. Nothing happened. I don't really get what the point of it was. Like actually nothing happened. You see, the point that I'm trying to get across is that Hazbin, although great, its ideas aren't really executed that well. And Angel actually has a really great character arc. He uses sex and drugs to fill the void in his soul, but every time he does, the void gets darker. He resents Charlie when all she wants is to help him. He's isolated himself because he's too scared to confront his literal demons. And when you're isolated, no one can hurt you. He's named Angel for a reason. So what then? Is this it? Is Hazbin just a bunch of wasted potential? Not exactly. You see, there's one very important detail I've been semi-ignoring this entire video, and you may or may not have noticed. And that's the existence of Helluva. You see, I like Helluva. It's not perfect, but it's had more time to build its characters and world. And Helluva's got quite the star power. Richard Horvitz, Norman Reedus, Brandon Rogers, Brock Baker. Oh no, not him, he left. Just saying, ever need me to do voices or anything, you know where to find me. Just saying. And Helluva has some pretty solid villains. Take Stella, for example. Her husband Stolas cheated on her with a Blitzo, and now she wants him gone. So that's a clear, understandable, somewhat sympathetic motivation that directly ties her to the main characters. Or take Stryker. He has a lot of the same skills as Blitzo or Moxie. Anything they can do, he can do better with one hand behind his back, and that makes him more of a physical challenge. Well, the point is, they've had some practice with making a TV show, and it turned out pretty great. So I'm confident that they'll find some way to turn Hazbin around and maybe make it better. Look, I don't hate Hazbin. I used to, but I don't anymore. And if you like it, I mean, that's great. And I think it's great that an indie animated series on YouTube is becoming like a popular TV show and everything. That's awesome. That's great. But nothing's perfect. Nothing's immune to criticism. All things can be improved. I look forward to seeing what the world of Hazbin has to offer to the future, but until then, this has been Bradworst, signing off. Okay, so the main video is done. This is the bonus section. This is just some extra stuff. You don't have to watch this part if you don't want to or anything. This isn't really a criticism, this is more of a nitpick, but Hazbin has kind of a plot hole problem. So there's a part where Vaggy's getting angry at Angel, and Angel's like, oh, what are you gonna do? Kill me? It's kinda too late for that. Where am I gonna go then? Double hell? And I'm like, hold on. Don't demons get their heads blown off left and right in Haluva Boss? And what about the cleansing? Isn't that technically demons dying too? Angel has a pet pig, but how exactly did a pig go to hell? Alistair bought meat, but what is the meat made from? Or is it made from animals that died and went to hell? So, again, can they die? In Hazbin, the demons like being in hell, but in Haluva they don't. And if the hotel is supposed to make people leave hell, and the Haluva Bassa demons don't want to be in hell, In a flashback, we see Octavia as a baby, but wait, why would a baby go to hell? Unless she didn't. She was born there. Ha! I figured it all out. Actually, that makes a lot of sense. The comics say that no demon has ever been reformed before, but there are so many demons who aren't pure evil. Maybe they're only in hell because they were born there, and thus cannot leave and go to heaven because they're native to hell. That makes so much sense! Either that or we need to discuss what percentage of good and evil makes you certified to be reformed. One or the other. And finally, the last nitpick, one that completely destroys all the world building in this entire universe. How do you be Princess of Hell? No, seriously, think about that. Really think about what that entails. How are you the monarch of a world populated by sinners? Dead ones. Do they pay taxes? They have a money system? It's not like Charlie's monitoring how the demons are being punished, because this version of hell doesn't really seem to be like other interpretations. Usually hell is a place where sinners are punished, but in Hazbin it's more of a place where sinners get to dick around without consequences. It's not like there are any laws being enforced or anything, so why even need a ruler? Oh, but wait, in the comic, Alistair walks past some police tape. This means laws do exist, and oh my god, I have no idea what I'm talking about anymore. Alright, well I'm done with this video, and if you excuse me, I'm gonna go enjoy some comfort food.